For all you sucker DJs who think you fly, there's got to be a reason, and you know the reason why. Try to put on your airs and act real cool, but you got to realize that you're acting like fools. Give us music, we can use it, we need to dance. What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz for Adult. Alright, man, look. Yeah. I got the dangling cross earring in my ear, looking like a young Gregory Hines with your face out. Oops! Man, look! Let's get to the video. December 14th, Teofimo Lopez versus... I can't do it. I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. This is actually my earring, by the way. I'll be rocking this, but I can't do it. It's too funny now. All right, listen. December 14th, Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Commey on the undercard. Very high impact fight on the undercard of that low advertised Terrence Crawford versus the Green Machine. December 14th. Now, this is a high impact fight, a fight that's been very hard for me to predict, but I saw something. With Richard Commey and Teofimo Lopez, I saw something. And now I have a prediction on who I think will be victorious December 14th, be the IBF title holder come December 14th. Coffee. We do have to note this, okay? It's a very impactful fight because the winner of that fight takes on Lomachenko. But whoever wins, taking on Lomachenko, will he become the undisputed champion at lightweight? No! Why? Because Lomachenko is the WBC franchise title holder. Whoops! Okay, so that means that Lomachenko, he is 2 fights away from becoming undisputed. No! Why? When Lomachenko take on the winner between Teofimo Lopez and Richard Commey, he becomes undisputed right then and there. Wait a minute, what's the math? The math is Teofimo Lopez versus Richard Commey. The winner between that fight is 2 fights away from becoming undisputed. Lomachenko, he's 1 fight away from becoming undisputed. So what is the winner between Teofimo Lopez and Richard Commey? What are they fighting for? What they fighting for is this. If they beat Lomachenko, they become unified. And then they become mandatory for the WBC full-time title held by Devin Haney. Coffee. I know it's complex, but that's the world we're in. Let's talk about our prediction. When matching these guys up, Teofimo Lopez and Richard Commey, this is one thing that jumps out at you. Power! Both of those guys, they can hit like mule kicks. And you got Richard Commey, 29 wins, 26 by way of knockout. That's 3 fighters who saw the final bell when taking on Richard Commey, and Richard Commey won. Now, 2 of his fights he did lose, both of them by split decision. 1 by Robert Easter Jr. We'll talk about that later. Now, as for Teofimo Lopez, he's 14-0, 11 by KO. 3, just like Richard Commey, they saw the final bell. Now, you got 2 of these power punchers. 1, 22 years old, that's Teofimo Lopez, brand new. And then you have Richard Commey, who's 32 years old, big age difference. And we're not sure exactly where the advantages are. We're 32 years old, that's not old, that's very experienced. 22 years old, younger, you think that's where the advantage is. We'll see. But this fight reminds me of a fight before. Same kind of scenario. Julian the Hawk Jackson versus Gerald the G-Man McCullough. Now, Julian the Hawk Jackson, he was older. What was he, 33, 34? Julian the Hawk Jackson, I think he was like, Gerald McCullough, he was like 26. Yeah, Julian was 33, 34. The G-Man was 26, I think. Both of those guys, knockout artists, and the G-Man put him away. Short work. Now, Julian the Hawk Jackson, he only had 1 loss before the G-Man. That was against Mike, the body snatcher, McCullough. Now, when you look at that fight, you got the young puncher versus the older puncher, and the young puncher won. Will history repeat itself? Now, you look at the fight, the one fight I want to focus on. Both of them split decisions, but the one loss I want to focus on when it comes to Richard Commey is Robert Easter Jr. Now, they both sat there toe-to-toe, punching on each other. That was a very exciting fight. Now, the difference in that fight, it was a split decision, but the difference was made in the 12th round. See, Robert Easter, he rocked Richard Commey. Richard Commey, he doesn't have the greatest chin in the world, but he has a great chin, because I'm not sure how Richard Commey stood after getting rocked. He almost put his glove down. I mean, he was really spaghetti legs. He got his head back together. Richard Commey, let me tell you something. Not getting rocked, that's one heck of a chin, but being able to recover fast, that's also one heck of a chin. I always said Floyd Mayweather had a great chin, how he recovered twice against Sugar Shane Mosley in the same round. So Richard Commey, he can get hurt. Teofimo Lopez, I haven't seen him hurt as bad. When you look at him against Nakutani, he had issues, but Nakutani, very tall fighter. Both of these fighters, Teofimo Lopez and Richard Commey, big boys. Teofimo Lopez, it's hard for him to make lightweight, 22 years old. He's not going to be there forever. And he himself coming in, ballooning up on the night of the fights around the 150s, 154, something like that. Now, he balloons up very well. Richard Commey, same thing. His fight against Beltran, he came in at 154. Beltran, he didn't even make weight. So you got two big guys in the ring come December 14th. Who's going to win that fight? My prediction is I will give the edge to Teofimo Lopez. I think Lopez will knock out Richard Commey. Let me tell you why. I think history repeats itself. Julian Hawk Jackson and the G-Man. I see that happening again. But here's the biggest reason why. Richard Commey, his knockouts, it comes out by forceful action. That's right. When he knock out his opponents, it comes by aggression, kind of like Nigel Benn. He goes for the attack. And many fighters cannot withstand the fire. Teofimo Lopez, most of his knockouts come by counter-punching, come by throwing within the exchange. See, Teofimo Lopez, he has no problems with standing in the heat. He doesn't get out the kitchen. He fires back kind of like a young Evander Holyfield. Teofimo Lopez, he punched during the exchange. One hard hitter. And when you look at Richard Commey and his relentless attack, a lot of times he leaves his chin open. This is what I predict. Teofimo Lopez will throw his punch during the exchange, kind of how Danny Garcia did against Amir Khan. He's going to throw his punch within the exchange, and he's going to rock Richard Commey. He may even knock him flat out. But I predict a few, maybe one or two flash knockdowns here. Teofimo Lopez, under fire, he can get knocked out himself. But as a betting man, I think the guy who counterpunches, the guy who throws within the exchange, the guy who has perfected that, and Teofimo Lopez, when you look at him being 22 years old, that doesn't mean that he lacks maturity. Very mature fighter. Richard Commey, you know he's mature, very experienced. But I got Teofimo Lopez as the counterpuncher, thrown within the fire. I think that fight with Richard Commey actually works for him. Styles make fights, and I think this is going to be a good style for Teofimo Lopez. I say Teofimo Lopez win by KO. ShowBizz, don't word up. I'm out. Huh.